Senator Stoker.
Thank you, Mr President. Senator Patrick says he's motivated in bringing this suspension motion by the accusation or the frustration that the government is running out of time to deliver its Commonwealth Integrity Commission before the end of the year. And so, in order to give effect to that frustration, he decides to attempt to derail the government's legislative program in a game of competitive one-upmanship about who around this chamber most stands against corruption. Well, the reality is there's nobody in this room saying that corruption is a good thing. There's nobody here who's saying corruption is the order of the day. Everyone in this place stands against corruption, and it's part of the reason why this government has engaged in such a detailed consultation process to make sure that we can deliver an institution that has the teeth it needs while learning the lessons of those integrity commissions from other states where they have gone horribly awry. I'll happily tell you that, Senator Lyons, in just a moment. But really, you know, he's frustrated about not getting through the government's program, and so to do that, he's going to derail getting through the government's program. I mean, can you bear it? Then we move around to the chamber to hear from Senator Gallagher complaining that we have a desire to introduce a bill of this significance with the support of those opposite. Now, every time I go out in the Australian community, they want to see more of the major parties working together to get sensible agreement on matters so fundamental to the institutions of this country that we want them to have an enduring and stable quality. But no, they want to engage in a game of partisanship, a game of political one-upmanship, instead of just getting their heads around the table and agreeing on what it is possible to do between the people in this room. I mean, it brings me to say it again. Can you bear it? The hypocrisy of those around this chamber makes my eyes water. But it's really important that rather than trying to just cast slurs around people who serve in this place under the coward's castle of parliamentary privilege, instead we step back and look at what works in these institutions. Because if we look, for example, if we look to the example from New South Wales, of the New South Wales ICAC, we see a long list of great injustices that have been inflicted by a star chamber who itself needs to be held accountable. Now, for those Australians watching thinking, but we do need something to look at corruption at the federal level, and of course it is important that we are stomping out corruption at every opportunity, few Australians realise that, first, we have 12 agencies at the Commonwealth level that deal with corruption. 12. Not one, not two. We have 12 agencies that are responsible for tracking down and stomping out corruption every day of the week. And so, in the time between now and when the Commonwealth Integrity Commission comes into force, these things are not languishing by the wayside. They are being dealt with and they are being addressed. The next thing to say is that we've already taken action to expand the role of the Australian Commission for Law Enforcement Integrity. We've expanded that, we have funded it, and it is delivering already those aspects of the federal government Commonwealth Integrity Commission bill. It's already happened, it's already funded, and it's already being delivered every day of the week. And so there's an awful lot of political slogans being chucked around, but not a lot of connection to reality from those opposite. And so let's have a look at the long list of injustices that can occur when we don't get the design of an Integrity Commission right. Because can I tell you, the design that has been proposed by those in the Greens, the design that has been proposed in the Haynes bill would empower many great injustices of the kind that we have seen in New South Wales.
Order.
Nick
Senator
Greiner.
Stoker, resume your seat. Members on my left, you are given the courtesy of silence when you speak. I'd ask that you extend that to others when they're on their feet. That is how this place works, to provide everyone an opportunity to express their views. Senator Stoker.
Thank you very much, Mr Acting Deputy President. Let me give you an example of the case of Nick Greiner. 1992 we're talking about here. This is the man who fought for and established the New South Wales ICAC. This man referred himself to it, such was his belief in it. He was found not to have acted corruptly, not to have acted illegally.
Order.
They bagged him so
Your
much.
time